Alright, today we're going to continue working on our section 3.6. I'm looking at example 2 now. So in example 1, we had a radical where we actually had the root written out. In example 2, we're going to be working with our irrational, or our fraction exponents, excuse me. So when you want to solve for x here, you need to get whatever's being raised to that power by itself first. So in this case, that's just the x to the 2/3. So we have to get rid of the 4 before we do anything. So we're going to divide both sides by 4. So you'll have x to the 2/3 equals 36 divided by 4 is 9. Alright, now to get that x to the 2/3 by itself, remember when you raise a power to a power, that's how you multiply them. So to get the x by itself, you are going to raise both sides to the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. Of course, you have to do this to both sides. And I know it looks crazy, but remember, raising a power to a power means you multiply them. Because what's going to happen then is you'll end up with an x to the first, right? Because this would be the same as x to the 2/3 times 3/2. So of course those would just cancel. And then if you raise 9 to the 3/2, so 9 to the 3 is the same as 9 to the 3rd power, which would be 729. And then the square root of 729. Excuse me, look at my calculator here. Square root of 729 would be 27. Remember, you can type this into your calculator. Right, you would type this as 9, and then that caret button, and then you might have to use parentheses. 3 divided by 2. That's how you would type that into your calculator. So we get x equals 27. It does want us to check the solution, so go ahead and check your solution still. So that means you're going to plug in to the original equation 4, and then instead of an x, you're going to type in 27 to the 2/3. Notice the 27 is the only thing being raised to the 2/3. The 4 is not being raised to the 2/3. So you have 4 times 27 to the 2/3. 27, the third root of that is 9, equals 36, and of course 36 equals 36, so this works. Right, so that's the first one. The second one here, I want just whatever is being raised to the 3/4. So that is everything in the parentheses, so I do have to get rid of that -1 first. So I'm just going to add 1 to both sides. So then I'll have x plus 2 to the 3/4 equals 8. Alright, now this is by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and raise both sides, x plus 2, and it's going to look weird with all these parentheses, but that's fine. Raise it to the reciprocal, so that'd be 4/3. And then don't forget, raise 8 to the 4/3. They look really gross, but your calculator can do this, and remember, whatever happens to the left side, this is just going to cancel out. So you just are left with this x plus 2 equals 8 to the 4/3. So that's the same as 8 to the 4th, so 8 times 8 times 8 times 8. And then the third root of that, which would be 16. So we have x plus 2 equals 16, and I will write this again as a reminder in your calculator. You can just type this as 8, that caret button, 4 divided by 3. I have that in parentheses. Then we're going to subtract 2 from both sides because I want just x by itself. So I get x equals 14. I'm not going to worry about plus or minus right now. We're going to check our solution. So we have 14 plus 2, all raised to the 3/4, minus 1 equals 7. So this is 16 raised to the 3/4, minus 1 equals 7. 16 to the 3/4 is 8, minus 1 equals 7, 8 minus 1, 7 equals 7. So it works. All right, last one we're going to do together. This one has x to the 1/5. I just want that x to the 1/5 by itself. Okay? So I have this negative 2/3 out front. When we want to get rid of a fraction that's in front, you just multiply by the reciprocal. You do have to multiply by the negative reciprocal here because we want this to be positive then. So if you multiply by negative 3/2 times that negative 2/3, x to the 1/5 equals, and then of course whatever we do to one side, we have to do the other side. So that's just going to be gone. There's going to be no negatives left. We have x to the 1/5. And then this one's kind of nice too. The negatives are gone, and then the 2's will cancel, so you just have a 3. All right, this one's particularly nice because the reciprocal of 1/5 is just 5/1. So really, you're just raising this to the 5th power. So you're just left with an x equals 3 to the 5th power. So 3, 5, which would be 243. All right, we're going to check the solution. So you have negative 2/3 times 243 to the 1/5 equals negative 2. And when you multiply, or when you raise that power, negative 2/3, 243 to the 1/5 is the same as 3. Those 3's be gone. You have negative 2 equals negative 2. So it works. All right, so again, these look really complicated. They're not that bad. You can use your calculator. Just make sure you're getting whatever's raised to its power by itself first, and then you raise it to the reciprocal.